Hi there. Welcome to Brave Leaders. I'm Tara. I'm really glad you joined me today. I am feeling particularly vulnerable. I'm going to take a risk and I'm going to put it out there. I want to share with you a practice, and this practice is because I tend to get emotionally attached to situations or to people. And it's really actually common for us as people to get courted. This is something that one of my favorite people, one of my mentors, has taught me and that I practice because, as you may or may not know, we are energy. Emotions are energy. It's energy in motion. And when somebody's emotional, then our emotions can get stirred with that and we can get courted to somebody. Or I could have a situation that I get triggered by and I get courted to that situation. The first time I heard this, all I could think of was an umbilical cord. Being a mom, I was like, that's weird. But the more I paid attention to it, the more I realized that it's true. I can, when somebody's sharing something that's painful or that they're scared about or that they're angry about, I used to get wrapped up in it. Like I would get almost like sucked into it. And I thought that was being supportive. I thought that I was being a good listener. I thought that I was being a good friend, a good parent by being wrapped up in it. And yet, what I know now is that by staying present and grounded and within my own self, I'm then able to be a better listener. I'm able to be more supportive. And I'm actually able to love from a more unconditional place instead of trying to get them out of their pain, try to rescue them from their discomfort. Because I'm uncomfortable. When they're uncomfortable, I'm uncomfortable. And I then try to get them to be comfortable so I can be comfortable. But as a committed friend and committed wife and committed mother and committed human being, I want to be that. I want to be open. I want to be a good listener. I want to be supportive. And by getting sucked into somebody's feelings isn't connection, it's being courted. So here's the practice. The key is to start by practicing getting grounded. And I guess before I get started, I want to tell you that this came up for me today because my one of my kiddos shared with me that they were feeling depressed. They said, I think I might be depressed. And this was this came about as I invited my kiddos to come on a walk with me. We've been doing this daily. And when they came up from the basement, one of them said, I think I'm depressed. So on the walk, we talked about it and I practiced this and I have to continue practicing it because my heart is so connected and so open to my kids. So the practice is becoming grounded, and I could do it while I was walking. I can do it when I'm sitting, but it's a best practice to start when you're sitting. And when I sit and I breathe, I focus on a grounding cord that comes from my spine area, and I picture it from my tailbone going right into the earth. And I get grounded and connected to the earth. And then I really pay attention to where am I feeling stuck or uncomfortable? Am I feeling it in my heart? Am I feeling uncomfortable or tightness in my throat? Do I have a headache? Am I scrunching my eyes? Are my eyes uncomfortable? Do I have a stomach ache? I notice where there's discomfort or dis-ease or disconnection and stress in the areas in my core. And then I envision cutting those cords. So it's like a pair of scissors. My dear friend, my dear guru mentor taught me this, and she taught me to imagine a pair of scissors, like my hands are a pair of scissors. And for me, the image is like the vacuum cord that used to happen where you would pull it and it would go zoop right back into the vacuum. I don't know if you remember those, but I love that. I found that very satisfying. So this image for me is like a vacuum cord. And I picture the person or the situation that I'm corded to, I'm disturbed by, or I'm attached to what they're feeling or what I'm feeling about the situation. And I envision my hands like a pair of scissors. Sometimes I'll even cut like I'm cutting a cord. And I envision that cord going zoop, right back to that person. And she coached me to put my hands on my heart and to get connected to my heart and to say to myself, while picturing this person or while picturing the situation, and saying, mostly for a person, actually, for a person, we'll do this and say, I love you. I thank you. I bless you. And I send back to you your energy. And I bring my energy back to me. Your energy goes to you for your journey. And my energy comes back to me for my journey. I love you. I thank you. I bless you. So then I picture them on their path and me on my path. Her coaching for the idea around a situation that I'm triggered by, that's when we'll envision a box and we'll take that situation and put it in the box. And I give thanks for that experience, whatever it is, because it has something to teach me. There's something for me to learn about the situation that I'm triggered by. So with the person, I send them their energy back. And with the situation, I send the energy into that box and I remain open to what I meant to learn from it. So that's the process. And, I feel pretty vulnerable, pretty exposed, because this is something that is really personal to me. And I know that from talking with friends right now, when our loved ones are in turmoil, it's really easy to get wrapped up in that and to not be able to really support them. And when we're triggered by a situation, maybe it's something we read on the news, or maybe it's a child sharing with you, and we can get corded to situations, and it keeps me from being my best self. It keeps me from being supportive and being present and being back into my truth of knowing the higher part of myself, that all is well and that we are safe and that love is present. Love is present in the moment. So those are my practice. That's my practice. And Patricia Yacker taught me that. And I practice that whenever I can remember. And sometimes if it triggers enough emotion in me, I'll have a good cry if I'm feeling sad. Or I'll have a good scream if I'm feeling angry. Or I'll reach out and talk to somebody. But that's the process of moving from corded to connected by being open-hearted and present in myself instead of being corded to the person or the situation. So that's what I have. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments, or DM me or PM me, whatever you call it, and I would love to explore it and talk about it. So it's definitely a powerful tool and takes practice. So if you want any support, let me know. Thanks. Until the next time. Um, until the next time. May we all be well and connected to ourselves and loving, open, and supportive to the people in our lives.